Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today as we celebrate the accomplishments of 16 recruits who have spent the past 16 weeks at the Mott Community College Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy, Class 19. During that time, the recruits learned the basic skills required to become professional law enforcement officers in the state of Michigan. My name is David Livingston, and I'm a lieutenant with the Mott Community College Department of Public Safety and the training director for the Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy, which we refer to here as LERTA. These recruits have worked very hard during the course of their training. They have managed to work and bond together through almost 800 hours of training, dealing with last-minute schedule changes, training under less than ideal weather conditions, and some of the long training sessions have occurred on weekends in order to complete their basic training requirements. Before we begin our program, I would like to call upon Pastor Wallace Hill III of the Mount Pisgah Missionary Baptist Church to give the invocation.
We thank you, O Lord, as we celebrate the fall graduating class of the LERTA Police Academy 2021. We pray that you would be with these graduates as they answer the call to serve humankind, even while in this time of pandemic uncertainty. We pray blessings on the entire staff and their family and friends. We ask all of these blessings in the name of Jesus the Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Hill. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the president of Mott Community College, Dr. Beverly Walker Kafia. Dr. Beverly's leadership has made it possible for these men and women to train in a safe environment in order to limit their exposure to COVID-related issues so they could complete their training in a timely manner. Dr. Beverly?
Welcome to Mott Community College's LERTA graduation, and congratulations, Fall 2021 LERTA class. I am always pleased to participate in this ceremony because it's a symbol for the culmination of hard work that has occurred to train, learn, and develop the requisite skills of policing. Graduates, you should be proud for completing this rigorous program under the added restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your commitment and willingness to achieve and compete are an indication of your personal strength and fortitude, both qualities that will serve you well in the policing profession. Graduates, today, you are joining a noble profession of peacekeepers, guardians, and role models. During your training, you have had so many great examples of exemplary policing. Individuals who are excellent at their jobs, care about the community they serve, and have great ethical standards. They believe in the oath that you will recite at the end of this ceremony. Follow their examples and remember your training when making those hard decisions. Your MCC family is so pleased that you have completed this monumental goal. We wish you every success, pray for your safety, and will root you on with the deep respect and gratitude that you deserve. I know that this is a much different world than your predecessors have experienced to keep this community safe. So be the person that this community can count on to trust, to care, and to act. Congratulations on making it through the first leg of your policing career. You made it. It's official. Today you are a police officer. Hooray!
Thank you, Dr. Beverly, for your leadership and your continued support of the Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy. Sergeant Danelle Cheney, the LERTA Training Coordinator, will now speak about the remarkable instructors we have utilized throughout this academy session.
This is the time we set aside to acknowledge the LERTA instructors and volunteers. In order to have a successful program, you have to have the right people in the right position. Here at LERTA, we feel that we have some of the most knowledgeable and dedicated instructors who bring a wealth of experience to the program. I would like to take this time to thank each instructor with sincere and heartfelt appreciation. From the Mott Community College Executive Board, from the college president, Dr. Beverly Walker Graffia, and from the LERTA staff. Without your continued support and dedication, we would not be able to reach our goals of developing future law enforcement with excellence. I would also like to thank the Flint Board of Education for their continued support, allowing us to use the Flint Northwestern Driving Range for the emergency vehicle operation training and the Michigan Department of Correction for the use of their firearms range. Thank you.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Chief David Malloy. Chief Malloy is the highly decorated leader of the City of Novi Police Department. He has guided his agency to be one of the only handful of agencies that have received accreditation status throughout the state of Michigan, and his department is one of the more progressive organizations in the region today. Please join me in welcoming Chief David Malloy as our keynote speaker for this graduation event.
Recruits, distinguished guests, our Academy staff and administration, the families and friends of our recruits, and to all my law enforcement colleagues, what a privilege to join so many of you here today. I am David Malloy, and I have the privilege of serving as the Director of Public Safety and Chief of Police for the City of Novi. I'm honored to share some thoughts with you as we recognize the graduates of Academy Class 19 of Mott Community College's Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy class. I'm humbled by the invitation to join you, yet more proud of the achievements these recruits have made in the areas of leadership, learning, character, and trust. For that, we honor you today and welcome you to our chosen profession of law enforcement. This ceremony represents the fruits of your hard work and labor, and I'm especially proud your parents, spouses, friends, and loved ones who join us virtually for this momentous occasion. I believe what should make you and your family most proud is not the actual honor itself, but all you have done to achieve this amazing milestone. Leadership, learning, character, and trust were not chosen at random. I believe they represent the foundation of a fulfilled life. They are pillars of success. Each pillar portrays the sum of many individual decisions you have made and will continue to make throughout your journey. They require a positive attitude backed by energy, purpose, honesty, and conviction. More importantly, it's incumbent upon you as members of this esteemed group of highly trained law enforcement professionals to serve as role models and trust builders for your fellow officers, future recruits, your community, and those you will encounter who are less fortunate. You're embarking on a journey of work few others have the chance or even the ability to take. It's my hope that in 25 or 30 years from now, you'll feel as much pride and fulfillment and satisfaction in your lives in law enforcement as I've had in mine. You see, in this profession, we run towards the danger when everyone else is running the other way. We are the sheepdogs who watch over the sheep. We hold the wolves at bay. We saw this up close just a few days ago as our fellow law enforcement officers and first responders ran into the danger at Oxford High School. Their bravery, their tenacity, and their training saved lives. We are the protectors of the flock who always have a watchful eye on our adversary. Whether you're running into an armed gunman situation or rescuing someone in harm's way, you have the courage and commitment to risk your life every time you put on this uniform and badge. In order to defeat our adversary, let's talk about the first pillar of success, leadership. Leadership's not about your rank or the office you may hold. Leaders don't have to be CEOs of an organization or someone with an emblem or insignia on their sleeve or collar. Leaders are you, your mentors, your instructors, your field training officers. They are those around you who have a sphere of influence. You see, leadership is not a right you have as a police officer. Leadership is a responsibility you have as a police officer. It's a responsibility you have to yourself, those around you, your families, your organization, and the community you serve. It's about having the conviction to do what's right, even when it's not popular. Leaders are involved. They stand up for what they believe in and encourage others to believe in a common goal of doing what's right. This brings me to the second pillar of success, learning. Learning is about having a lifelong thirst for knowledge, a thirst that pushes you to learn something new every day. I view every single day as an opportunity to learn and better myself and the Novi Police Department. To this day, I have the same thirst for knowledge I did 32 years ago as a rookie police officer fresh out of the police academy. I challenge each of you to have a thirst for knowledge because it'll make you better, it'll make you wiser, and it'll make you more prepared to protect the sheep from the wolves in society. And that thirst for knowledge doesn't stop with your academy studies and field training program. It hopefully will become a goal of improving yourself personally and professionally as a mother, father, a husband, a wife, or a friend. A major component of this pillar is learning to have a sense of balance in your life. Always commit yourselves to your family, your faith, your friends, and your community. You will always be better on the job when your life is balanced off the job. Suddenly, the world around you becomes richer, full of learning opportunities. I have a favorite quote from a great learner and communicator, President Ronald Reagan. He once said, "Life begins when you decide to serve." Remember, the service you are to provide also includes your families, your friends, and those you call partner, deputy, officer, sergeant. This brings us to our third pillar of success, character. If there's any one thing that is evidenced by your daily choices, it's your character. Always be a person of outstanding character. Endeavor to live a life of integrity and encourage others as well. Character allows you to earn the trust of your peers, your supervisors, and equally as important, the trust of your community. Police work is a business of partnerships. It begins in that marked car you drive, and it's dependent on the trustworthiness and credibility of all individuals involved. By being a good partner, an individual who is trusted based on a reputation for integrity and competence, you must always be positive and upbeat. I'm fortunate to be the father of 4 children. I encourage them and those I work with to do 3 things in life. Number 1, do what is right. Number 2, do your very best at all times. And number 3, treat others as you would want them to treat you. Doing what is right involves sticking up for those less fortunate, defending those who otherwise can't defend themselves. It involves helping those who are weak and vulnerable, being the voice and the advocate for crime victims and those who fear the predators of society. Doing what's right involves making tough choices. I call it choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. You see, having character is not easy. It takes work. Doing the very best at all times is a personal choice one has to make. If you do your very best, you'll never have any regret, and you will never be able to say, could I have done better? Now, that's not going to say that you're going to succeed every single time, because you won't. We all fail every single day, no matter who we are. Doing your best involves realizing when you fail and not making the same mistake or decision again. And lastly, but I think most importantly, is treating others as you would want to be treated. Please remember that each of us has different goals, beliefs, and it's incumbent upon you to respect each other's individuality and diversity. What comes easy to one may be difficult for another. Support each other and help one another fulfill their dreams, their hopes, and their aspirations. If you treat one another like you would want your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, or close friend treated, you will never go wrong. The last pillar I'd like to discuss is trust. As a police officer, your actions, demeanor, appearance, and professionalism inspire trust. I challenge every one of you not to rest on your laurels or past successes, but to continue to strive towards even loftier goals. Goals of fostering greater respect for diversity, equity, and inclusion for those who may be less fortunate or have experienced discrimination or racism. In light of all which has taken place in our country involving law enforcement these past few years, it's incumbent upon you, now more than ever, to treat every contact you have with a citizen as an opportunity to build public trust, to restore trust, and solidify mutual respect for one another. I want to congratulate you and encourage you in your commitment to law enforcement. You represent the 21st century guardians who will go forward to protect our communities. You'll run into the danger when everyone else is running the other way, and you must build trust and confidence by your actions and your words. Through your training, you've been taught what expectations we have of you when you serve as police officers. Expectations of respecting others, compassion, honesty, courage, attention to duty, and adherence to law, policy, and procedure. I'm confident you've learned these things, and I know you will also learn the practical application of them when you hit the streets in just a few days. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. And if you truly love what you're doing, you will be successful, you'll be happy, and it won't seem like work. You have an opportunity in front of you to achieve success in what I consider the best profession ever, law enforcement. I thank you for allowing me to share a few thoughts with you on such an honorable occasion, and I'll close with a quote from President Abraham Lincoln, who I believe was one of the greatest presidents and leaders of all time. Your true character is revealed by the clarity of your convictions, the choices you make, and the promises you keep. Hold strongly to your principles and refuse to follow the currents of convenience. What you say and do defines who you are, and who you are forever. Congratulations, Academy graduates. May God bless you, may God bless your families, and may God bless this great country we are sworn to protect, the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, for those inspirational words. Our next speaker was chosen by their fellow recruits to be their spokesperson regarding their experiences during this Academy session. Recruit Michael Chilson is actually a firefighter by trade, but we won't hold that against him. But as a result of his employment with the Bishop International Airport, which is now a public safety department, Recruit Chilson attended this academy session in order to obtain his law enforcement license.
Lieutenant Livingston, Sergeant Cheney, Deputy Paramedic Lewis, Officer Chadeau, to our many distinguished guests, family, and friends, I'd like to welcome you all to the LERTA Class 19 graduation. Approximately 4 months ago, we started a journey together. We were 16 people from different walks of life, and I can't imagine a more diverse group of recruits. We have men and women, black and white. We have Catholics, Protestants, and Muslim. We have those raised in a city and those raised from a farming community. We have a 20-year-old and a 51-year-old. We have a first-generation citizen whose father immigrated from Nigeria and an immigrant who came to America from Albania only 6 years ago, became a citizen, worked 3 jobs paying his way through college, and is here today to become a police officer. We've spent more time with each other and our instructors over the last 4 months than we have our own families. We've literally shed blood, sweat, and tears together. From the long, loud days on the firing range to the endless hours of classroom instruction, from the motion sick days at the emergency driving course to the very long and sweaty days of doing PT and defensive tactics in the Bay Area. From the freezing cold roadside radar instruction, the painful lessons learned in active shooter training. From traffic stops to stacking up and entering a building searching for the bad guys, from endless hours of handcuffing and pat downs, to learning emergency first aid and to, of course, doing ambush scenarios. We have left a permanent mark on each other to last a lifetime. We have gone from being 16 strangers to becoming family. We will keep in touch. We will share our own work experiences. We will attend weddings and share in our own families together. And today we sit on the verge of becoming a part of the fraternity like most will have never known, the Thin Blue Line, a brotherhood and sisterhood that is as strong today as it ever was. So as we leave these hallowed halls and go our separate ways with a few words, stay true to who you are and have fun. I'd like to share a quote some of you probably never heard from my younger recruits. It's from another time, but to quote Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. But most importantly, never quit, never give up. I hope that you all have learned as much from me as I have from you all. And to all our instructors, thank you. Thank you for taking your time. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. You've given us the tools, the physical abilities, and the confidence to be successful. To Sergeant Cheney, this guy has a mischievous smile that just says, you better stay on your toes. He has shared his vast years of experience and life lessons that are invaluable to us. He will take the time to listen and solve any problem that you have. And the man can bring some pain in the area of PT that would make any drill sergeant smile. For all that you've done, we thank you. To Deputy Paramedic Lewis, my first impression was her coming into the Bay Area on our first day of physical training and subject control. I guess I was expecting a big, burly Hulk Hogan type person, but in walks Deputy Lewis. Now, early in life, I was taught to never judge a book by its cover, and I would have been so wrong. This young deputy has a smile and a great character to go with it. But she is a master of her craft and a true professional. And she will tie you up in a pretzel, submitting you with an Americana faster than you can blink an eye. So for all that you've taught us and all the time and heart that you've put into your trade, we thank you. To Lieutenant Livingston, we know and understand the time and logistics it takes to put all of this together. We salute you for your attention to detail and keeping the academy running like a well-oiled machine. You are also the most iconic of comedians in your own mind. If anyone needs a dad joke, this is your guy. You just know that, so though some of these young recruits might have missed your anecdotes, they didn't all go unnoticed. But for all you've done and continue to do, we thank you. And to end, I'll quote that great man that we all respect, and is the motto of the LERTA Academy. If you have integrity, nothing else matters. If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters.
Thank you, Recruit Chilson. Before I recognize the recruits, there are a few people I would like to acknowledge who work behind the scenes to make the Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy so successful. Michael Odette, Chief of Police at the Mott Community College Department of Public Safety. Beverly Lloyd, his administrative assistant. Kitty Severance, the staff assistant here at the LERTA. And Dr. Michael Percerno, our LERTA recruiter. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication and the support of the Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy. Your time and efforts in assisting us in the education of future law enforcement professionals does not go unnoticed and is greatly appreciated. I also want to take this time to thank the people responsible for putting in the long and painstaking hours in making this virtual graduation presentation possible. Chris Bola, Brian Williams, and Jeff McCall. Gentlemen, thank you for all you do for Mott Community College, and in particular for the LERTA program. Now it's time for the introduction and recognition of the individual recruits. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Akamini Amini. Recruit Frank Barabbas. Recruit James Bouchelon. For the Bishop International Airport Department of Public Safety, Officer Michael Chilson. Recruit Scott Engel. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Alex M. Jones. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Alexis Jones. For the Charter Township of Flint Police Department, Officer Matthew Lashbrook. Recruit DeQuandria Mays. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Javion Miller. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Brett Morin. For the City of Novi Police Department, Officer Beck Morningstar. Recruit Byron Norris. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Travis Pearson. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Logan Raridan. And recruit Blarim Sefa. Congratulations, everyone. We have 2 awards that we present at each graduation. The first is the Marksmanship Award presented to the recruit who possesses the highest overall proficiency with a firearm. The recipient of the Marksmanship Award for Class 19 goes to Officer Michael Chilson of the Bishop International Airport Department of Public Safety. Our next award is the Donald Yules Award for Scholastic Excellence. This award goes to the recruit who achieved the highest overall grade point average during this Academy session. Recruits participate in 11 official Academy exams in addition to several practical application tests in several police skill areas. The first runner-up for this award for this Academy session, with an overall scholastic average of 96.47%, belongs to Deputy Logan Raridan of the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County. The recipient of the Donald Yules Award for Scholastic Excellence for LERTA 19, with an overall average of 98.14%, goes to recruit Scott Engel. I will now introduce Mr. Michael Logie. Mr. Logie is our field representative with the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards, the governing body for training for all police officers and police academies in the state of Michigan. Mr. Logie will be presenting a special award to a member of Class 19. Mr. Logie.
My name is Mike Logie, and I'm with the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards, commonly referred to as MCOLS. MCOLS is the licensing and regulatory board for law enforcement in the state of Michigan. And as such, we're responsible for the oversight of the police academies in the state. MOD is one of 19 Michigan police academies, and I'm honored to be able to present the MCOLS award to the outstanding performer of this academy. First, however, I would like to thank Director Livingston for administering such a great academy. There's a lot of moving parts involved with running an academy, and he and the administrative assistant, and of course his second in command there did an excellent job with the academy and the academy session. The academy session itself ran very smoothly, and I'm very pleased with what I've seen working with recruits. They're all great going to be great officers. And I just want to thank everyone at the college for supporting the program, and hopefully we'll have continued success there. The MCOS Award is not just for the top academic award, it's for persons that we think possess the qualities that are necessary in today's law enforcement. All the candidates were great. However, only one can be picked as the MCOS Outstanding Performer. And this year's award goes to for exemplary demonstration of knowledge, skills, and abilities required of an effective police officer during the basic training program. I'm honored to present this award to Blarham CFA. So congratulations, Recruit CFA. You'll be getting your award soon. And again, I just want to thank everyone at Mott.
Thank you, Mr. Logie. Now for our final speaker of the day. Dr. Michael Paserno is new to the LERTA staff. He's our LERTA recruiter, and so far he's done a fantastic job. Dr. Paserno is a former police officer with over 20 years experience. He recently retired from Baker College, where he was the director of the criminal justice program. He also earned his Juris Doctorate degree and is a member of the American Bar Association as well as the Michigan Bar Association. Please help me welcome Dr. Michael Paserno.
Hello, I am Dr. Michael Paserno, recruiter for Mott Community College Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy. Congratulations on your successful completion of the Basic Police Academy. It has been a number of years since I've graduated from the academy, but I remember two things that my police chief told me at graduation. First, he said, continue to learn. The field is ever changing. Technology is advancing. Keep updated by taking courses offered by your agency or other agencies. And like here in Genesee County, we have the LAORTC, who has many offerings throughout the year. So you should stay in contact and see what they're offering. Keep abreast in your field. Just like any practitioner, look at state and federal opportunities. There are many of them that offer continual training relative to your field. Then again, you may want to consider advancing your education. You may wish to have that of an associate's, a bachelor's, or a master's degree. Just continue to learn. Second, as you become entrenched in your new field, don't forget who you are. You are the person you are because of the family and friends you have. Communicate, talk things out, to continue to go on to picnics, family events. Do not isolate yourself. Just don't forget, this is a job where the shift starts and the shift ends. And at the end of the shift, you go home to your family or your friends or your recreational activities. Stay close to your roots. Take care. Have a great career.
Thank you, Dr. Paserno. Sergeant Cheney, if you would please, the Code of Ethics.
LERTA Class 19, Code of Ethics. Report.
Sir, as a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, and will behave in a manner that does not bring discredit to me or to my agency. I will maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed, both in my personal and official life, I will be exemplary in obeying the laws and regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature, or that is confided to me in my official capacity, will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duties. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, political beliefs, aspirations, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and with the relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately without fear of favor, malice, or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of police service. I will never engage in acts of corruption or bribery, nor will I condone such acts by other police officers. I will cooperate with all legally authorized agencies and representatives in the pursuit of justice. I know that I alone am responsible for my own standard of professional performance and will take every reasonable opportunity to enhance and improve my level of knowledge and competence. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement. Sir!
Recruits, I challenge each and every one of you to live your professional and your personal lives according to the code of ethics you just recited, and to be the very best person and the very best professional law enforcement officer you can be, every day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my privilege to introduce to you the graduating class of the Mott Community College Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy, Class 19. Congratulations, everyone.